The price of life, Americans' healthcare crisis. It says in the Declaration of Independence
that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
How can we attain the pursuit of happiness without having good health? Back during the American Revolution, one of the reasons written in the Declaration of Independence that the Americans revolted against the crown was that the crown was
Imposing taxes on us without our consent.
which led indirectly to severe inflation and affordability issues for the colonists. We are currently re-experiencing those hard times again. Prices are skyrocketing while citizens are plummeting into debt. The dollar had an average inflation rate of 3.15% per year between 2015 and today, producing a cumulative price increase of 36.69%. This basically means that if you spent $100 on groceries in 2015, you would need about $136.69 today to buy the same items due to inflation. This means that all the fruits and vegetables that we need are getting more expensive, leaving people with no other choice than getting unhealthy food, which are filled with preservatives, additives, and things that are overall unhealthy for us now and in the long run.
Over 75% of Americans' youth between the ages of 17 and 24 are ineligible for military service because of obesity, poor physical fitness, or mental health challenges. Think about that, 75%. Over 350,000 American children have been diagnosed with diabetes.
To make taste better, the savory stuff, it's full of salt. There is so much salt in it that if you eat one burger, the amount of salt in that is all that you need the entire day. So there is excess of salt to make it tastier. And then there are preservatives, there are, color additives. You see these, the if you go to the grocery store in the aisles, you see bread not in the freezer section, but on regular shelves. That is because they are full of preservatives. Because if you make bread at home, it will it will stale much faster because it does not have any preservatives. Industry wise, if you're making things in bulk and you're providing in bulk, you have to add all those preservatives and additives to increase their shelf life. What sugar does to the brain is what cocaine does to the brain. It's an addictive agent. So they make us drink and eat all these desserts, and they make it so fancy, and we get addicted, so we ask for more.
Mr. Speaker, eggs in my district are $9.19. I want you to think about this because the federal minimum wage is $7.25 right now. But let's get to the core value here of understanding this, that a mother in our country right now can work for an hour and not be able to afford eggs. So it's really unacceptable, and I've heard the reasons, but they still don't add up.
Overall, they are, especially in the economy like in which we live in and all the prices going up compared to like the more processed foods. Or if you go to the snack aisle, you can tell a lot of times the prices are significantly lower. Generally, I would say for most people it does, especially when you have something that's cheaper and unhealthy. And in the economy that we live in, it's usually harder to make the right decision, especially when it costs you more.
Since my confirmation, our department has encouraged states to think differently and creatively about how to solve the many health issues facing Americans. One way is by not allowing taxpayer-funded benefits to be used to purchase unhealthy items like soda, candy, and other junk food. The number one purchase by SNAP recipients is sugary drinks. SNAP is a supplemental nutrition program meant to provide food benefits to low-income families to supplement their grocery budget so they can afford the nutritious food essential to health and well-being. That is the stated purpose of the SNAP program. The law states it, and President Trump's USDA plans to deliver on it alongside our partners at HHS.
In the end, inflation isn't just an economic issue, it's a health issue. As prices rise faster than wages, Americans are being forced to eat food that is the most affordable, yet the most unhealthy. These choices create long term physical and mental health consequences that affect the lives of many Americans. As mentioned before, the Declaration of Independence promises us the pursuit of happiness, but how can you be happy if you're not healthy? Healthy food options should be a default and not a luxury. However, this seems to be the reality in our country. By making nutrition labels clearer, making healthy food cheaper, supporting local farming, and educating communities on low cost nutrition, we can create a system where health is not determined by income. At the end of the day, a country cannot be truly strong when its people are struggling to survive.